Lightroom Overview, Understanding Library and Develop tab. This is Lightroom for completely beginners, a series of classes where you will learn how to professionally edit your photos in Lightroom 2024 to start making money with portraits or charge more for your service. If you're new here, I'm Silvia, a specialist in the magazine style of maternity photography. My goal is to help you improve your retouching skills for you to make more money with photos. Now let's go to the video. This video is for you to get familiar with Lightroom. So here we have the library tab from the Lightroom program, and we have the development tab. We also have other tabs, but I never use them, so we don't need them in our workflow, at least in the workflow that I do. And what I want to teach you is to have a workflow for you as a professional photographer. In the library tab, what we're going to do pretty much is to do all the selection and organizing all the folders, the files, the photos. This is pretty much for you to get everything organized. And on the develop tab is where we are gonna be editing our photos. So color correction, lighting correction, adding some color grading and color identity for your photo, tweaking the photo a little bit, like doing all the crops, correcting anything and everything that you want. This is gonna be the develop tab. So here in the library tab, on our left, we have a few tabs here. The navigator is pretty much for you to navigate through your photo. So if you zoom in the photo, you have this navigator here where you can have this rectangle. The rectangle is showing exactly what you can see here in the photo. You can grab this rectangle and just drag through all the photo, and you can just be like faster moving around the photo. To be honest, I never really do use this, but it's something that you can do. Another thing with the navigator is that you can choose the zoom in and zoom out percentage that you want to do in the photo. So for example, if I click in the photo, I'm gonna zoom in or I'm gonna zoom out. If I want to get a little bit closer, I can choose another percentage of zoom that I can do in the photo. So right now I'm in 100% of the photo. So this is actually the size of my photo when I took in the camera. This is like 100% the size of the photo, and I can choose to get a little bit closer. So I can do 200 or I can do 400. So you can do closer and closer, or even you can do a little bit less. Let me open the navigator again. You can go a little bit less, like 25%. And this is pretty much what the navigator is. It's just for you to navigate the photo. I don't use that as much because again, I'm just using and looking to my photo directly. I'm not looking what's going on in here. And if I want to move to the photo, I can just click and drag the photo, holding the click. And this is it. If you press the space of your keyboard, you're gonna zoom in and zoom out as well, and it's gonna be from the proportion that you have here, set up in here. So this is the navigator, and then we have the catalog. A catalog is the organization that Lightroom have of your photos. So all the photos that you have imported to Lightroom is gonna be here in all photographies, and you can see that I've imported 3,492 photos. And previous imported is like the last photos that you have imported to Lightroom. So right now, the last photos that I've imported to Lightroom are these photos that I have in here. I never use the catalog either. And then we go to folders. Folders is just Lightroom showing you where the photos that you have imported to Lightroom. So for example, I have my desktop here, and if I open, I have the Joanna's folder that it was the photos that I imported. So it's just showing me all the folders that I've imported photos and how you can navigate through here. And as I said it before, I do like to use folders to navigate through all my folders, all my clients' folders. So I just have it in here. It's easier for me. I have, for example, 2021, 2022, 2023. So I have all the years and I have the name of each client of every photo shoot that I've done. So for me, it's very simple and easy to navigate here. We also have the collections, and the collection is something that I never use as well. I used to create a collection for every one of my clients. The collections just take not a lot of time, but just take an extra time for you to create a collection with the name of the clients, adding all the photos, or organizing everything. So for me in my workflow, the only thing that I like to do here in this side of the Lightroom library tab is to go through the photos using folders. Here on our right, we have the histogram, the quick development. I don't use any of this, to be honest. The histogram is giving you some information about first your settings when you took the photos. So you can see here the ISO, you can see like the aperture, you can see like my speed, you can see a bunch of things that you did in the photo. So this is kind of cool. Also, it's going to show you the luminosity of your photos, the colors of your photos. So you can see here the blue, green, and red. You can also see this gray mountain here. So it's just telling me some information about the luminosity of this photo here. Quick develop is pretty much things that you do on the develop tab. But if you're in the library, you can just apply some of the things that you could do there. You can just apply it right now. So for example, if you have any presets saved, you can already select the presets and do some changings to your photo. So like here, I do not like to do this here because I can do it easily on the develop tab. Right here on the bottom, we can see that we have all the photos to navigate here. But also we have a few other options. So we have the thumbnail options that's gonna show you a small photo of all your photos in the folder. If you wanted to make it bigger, you can double click on the photo, or you can also select this second option here that will open the photo in a bigger size. Another thing that you can do is to compare photos. So you can select two photos and you can just compare one photo to the other. And this is sometimes cool. I never use it, but it's sometimes cool that you can see which one do you think that's best. If you have photos that they're very similar and you don't know which one to choose, you can just kind of compare and see which one is best for you. Going back here, I'm not gonna go through all of the things that I don't use as well, so I'm not even gonna talk about this. Another thing that's pretty cool is the selections that you can do for your photos, in a sense that you can organize your photos through colors, through stars, through flags. So there are many things that you can do in a photo. We have the flags here. We have the reject flag. That's a flag with an X. If you click this flag, you're gonna see that right here on the bottom, my photo, and it has kind of like a different lighting for this photo because it means that it was rejected, and you can see a black flag right here on the top as well. But I don't want to reject my photo, so I'm gonna press U on the keyboard and I remove the flag. The other flag that you can also add to your photo is the pick flag. So if I click here, now my flag, I don't know if you can see very well, but there is a small white flag right here. And to remove it, you can press again U from your keyboard, or you can just click it again on the flag, and now it's removed. And the cool thing about the flags and the way that I like to do it, I use more of the reject flag than the pick flag, but it's that when I'm going to do the selections for the proof gallery, I like to reject the photos that are not good. So I use a lot of the reject flag, and after I reject all the photos that they are not very good, I don't want to send to my clients, I can filter the photos that have the reject flag, and I can delete them all at once. So this is something that's really cool and is a part of culling your photos for the gallery proof. Another thing that you can do for your photo is to give stars. So you can give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars. For example, oh, this photo is my favorite, I really like this photo, this is a 5-star photo, so you can click 5 stars here. Another way that you can do the stars besides clicking here is on your keyboard. So if you press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they will give the number of the stars that you want. So if you want to give 5 stars, you can just press 5 on your keyboard, and now you set your photo for 5 stars. If you want to do 3, you just need to press 3. To remove the stars, I can just click on the stars, or another way that you can remove is by pressing 0. So it's 0 stars on your photo. These other options here is for you to turn the photo, spin the photo. Another thing that you can do as well, that you can make a different mark to your photo besides the stars and besides the flag, is giving colors. So we have some colors here, and this is like colors that you can do. So for example, if I press 6 on the keyboard, I set this photo to have a red label. And right here on the bottom, I can see that there is a red rectangle around my photo. So it means that it has a red label. I can press 7 or 8 and the colors will change, like yellow, green. So exactly how it's here. So to remove the label, you just need to press the same number that you pressed. So for example, the green label is number 8. So I can just press 8 again, and now I removed the green label. This is something that's pretty cool because it helps you to create some organization for you, for your photos, for your business. And it also helps you to filter the photos later. So for example, you have a few photos that you gave 5 stars, and now you only want to see the photos that have 5 stars. You can filter the 5-star photos. So for example, let's say that this photo here is 5 stars, and this other photo here is 5 stars, and I have another one that's 5 stars. So I have 3 photos here from 143 photos that are 5 stars. And let's say that I only want to see the photos that are 5 stars. So you see the filter here is going to filter what you're looking for. So let's say that I want photos that only have 5 stars. So I'm gonna click here, that's 5 stars. And all the photos that have 5 stars, I have other photos that was selected already with 5 stars. But all the photos that have 5 stars will be showing up here to me. So I'm gonna go back here. I don't wanna see the 5 stars anymore. I wanna see all the photos again. So I'm just gonna click the 5 stars. And now my filter is, there's nothing on my filter. So I'm seeing all the photos here. Now let's say that I want to do like some red labels. And now I'm gonna go to my filter, and now Lightroom is just showing me what is with the red label. So this is pretty cool because what you can do is, for example, when I'm creating a proof gallery for my clients, first I like to reject all the photos, and then I can filter the rejected photos and delete them all at once. And after this is done, I can save all the photos I sent to my client. When my client make their selection, I like to use the red label to know that the selection was made by my client. This is pretty much what I do with the library tab. Now going to the develop tab is the moment that we are going to be editing our photos. On our left, we have the navigator. It is the same thing as we have here on the library tab. Also, we have the presets. Presets are some adjustments that you can do to a photo, and then you can save these adjustments in a button, because then you don't need to memorize all the adjustments that you have done in a photo and try to reply to another photo. You can just create presets, and by clicking one button, you can just change everything on your photo. So this is something really cool, and it helps with your time management as well. Snapshots is something that I never use, so I'm not even gonna dive into this. History means that when you go and start doing many changes on your photo, so I'm just gonna do some changes here, you start having the history of every step that you have taken so far. And if you wanna go back, you can just go back to where it was. Oh, I think that I like here at this point, so you can just click, and now you're back in every step that you have done. Collections is just so you can navigate through the collections, but again, I never use this because I like to navigate through my folders in library. Now going to our right side, we have a few tabs here as well. So we have the histogram. the same as we have here in the library. Another thing that we have is the basic tab, and here we are going to be doing some lighting correction. So you can just drag around and see what everything does here, but pretty much the basic tab is a basic correction. Now we go to the curves, and curves is pretty awesome as well. You can play with the luminosity of the photo, you can go with the colors of your photo. There are many things that you can do here. Pretty much everything that we have here, color mixer, color grading, they are all going to be working with adjustments in your photo. So you're going to be tweaking the colors in your photo. Color grading, you're going to be adding colors to your photo, so you can add any colors to your photo. Details is to make your photo to have more sharpening or less sharpening. So everything here, lens correction, transform, everything here is going to be something to work on your photo. So now is the moment that we are going to be editing the photo. Calibration as well. So now you're working with the primary colors and the channel of your colors here, the reds, the green. There are many things that we can do in the develop tab, but this is pretty much just working on your photo. If we go down here, we have again the filters, so I can filter the photos that I want to see. If I want to see the photos that have 5 stars, I can click here, and now Lightroom is only showing me the photos that have 5 stars. So let me go back. Another thing that I didn't say, but you can do as well, you can mix the marks that you put in your photo. So let's say, for example, this one, I'm gonna give 2 stars, and I'm also gonna give a red label. So I'm gonna press 6 and press 2. And now this photo has a red label and has 2 stars. So if I wanna see photos that have 2 stars or more, I'm gonna click here on 2 stars. But let's say that I just wanna see photos that only have 2 stars. I can click this option here, and I can select the option rating is equal to, and now I'm only seeing photos that have 2 stars because I changed the option here. Now let me go back. Let's say that I have another photo here. I'm gonna give 2 stars as well. So I'm gonna ask to see only photos that have 2 stars. Now I'm only seeing the photos that have 2 stars, but one has 2 stars and a red label, and the other one only have 2 stars. So if I want to see photos that have 2 stars and a red label or another label that you have labeled your photo, you can just combo the selections. So I can see now the photos that have 2 stars and the red label. And you can combo everything. You can say the photos that have a flag, 2 stars, and a red label. Right now, I don't have any photo that has a flag, 2 stars, and a red label. But that's how you can filter the photos and use the selections, your organizations, marks for your photo. So let me remove all of this. And this is pretty much how I use the develop tab. Another thing that you can do that's pretty cool as well. Let's say that I want to work a little bit on this lighting and I want to correct the lighting. I think that the photo is a little bit too dark. So I'm going to go up with my blacks. I'm going to go up with my shadows. I'm going to go just slightly up with the exposure. Now I'm going to go down with my whites and with my highlight. And let's say that I like this correction and I want to do in all of the other photos. So what I can do is select all the other photos that I want. And I can choose the option sync here. And now I'm going to select everything that I've done in my photo and everything that I want to copy and paste it to the other photos. So I can just select the basic because it was the only tab that I worked on. I can check all of the options here. I can check one of the options. So you can select how many options you want. I'm going to select the basic because it was pretty much what I did in this photo, and I can synchronize to the other photo. Now all my other photos are going to have the same adjustments that I just create here for correcting my light. If you're a beginner, this is everything that you need to know about Lightroom. It's pretty much the library and develop tab. We have done an overview of these 2 tools that they are the ones that I actually use on my workflow. Now you have a good idea of what the library and develop tabs are for and what you're going to be used the most in your Lightroom. I hope this video was really helpful for you. If it was, click the like button so I know, and stay tuned for the next lessons of this course, because by the end of it, you will have photos that stand out more, and that's going to be good if you're trying to attract more clients and make more money. Also, subscribe to my channel if you're not yet. New videos come out every week. For now, this is everything. I will see you next time.